Misogyny is utterly ridiculous and rammed on the soul by design. Males grow under mothers who domineer and limit their capabilities as independent beings, and are taught by female teachers who do the same thing, and the women they get into relationships with oft do the same thing, or simply suck their monetary resources like leeches. It's all by design. It's sick and evil. The opposite of divine, women, femininity, should be loved and adored. But these demons wearing human skin are a part of this misogynistic simulation. The fact that homosexuality even exists is a misogynistic troll. The idea of sexual intercourse with anything other than a beautiful woman is an insult, the same as bestiality. The misogynistic simulation encourages masturbation, porn addiction, and everything except sex with a young girl in her prime, which is 14 years old, based on anime, which are the ideal simulation design, which is why they are so attractive to blacks. Black people are designed to be the most practical scavengers and opportunists, hence why they become thieves and criminals due to low impulse control, which is also a design of this misogynistic racism simulation, where blacks are enemy and villain archetypes, or just sad drug addicts, homeless, or happy but dead. Men are shamed to not act like girls and to act like men because they are playing the role of men. Their souls were girls. Their bodies are male. They cannot fail the test that everyone, both male and female, forces upon them to act their role. Otherwise, they don't even get the few perks that come with being a tough guy. They get disrespected otherwise, walked on, taken advantage of, because men who are nice are invisible, like mice, and those who are successful are villainous, psychopathic, and aggressive. A man can be downright ugly, like Tobias Whale from Black Lightning, but if he's a tough, evil, manipulative thug, and successful at that, then some female will seek him because of hormones, and the idea that his ability to be a threat will somehow protect her. It's not altogether rational. The simulation simply needs to reward evil in some way in order for these villain archetypes to continue to exist. In Girl Fight, when the girls beat up Haley, the little bitch who told lies about them on the internet, and they throw her on the bed and take turns pounding on her while they laugh and record, it was a very sexy porn idea that got made into a full-length film. Anyway, the girls are so kind and caring after they have fun beating her up, basically carrying her home. They didn't bandage her up, but they may as well have. They gave her something to drink and this odd affection that didn't make sense if they were men. If they were tough thugs like men, they would have fucked her up and left her for dead, thrown her in a ditch. That's what it truly means to be a monster with a dead heart, cold, detached, and somehow this is seen as alluring and attractive to females whose hormones make them tools of this twisted satanic simulation. The girls in Girl Fight weren't villains. They were vengeful, vindictive, and were girls, so they didn't regulate their emotions the way a man is beaten by life with a stick of punishment to do. Otherwise, he ends up in jail, or worse. But as for men, being cruel isn't about a grudge. It's a way of life, a shield, a protection from a world that was even crueler to them. The psychology of the soul is twisted, disturbed, when anyone plays the role of a man who's down on his luck. There will be those lucky bastards just to make those who were given the villain script feel even more hateful, spiteful, and poisonous. The favored son in the family versus the cursed one, or worse, the forgotten one. Either way, the idea of a crazy uncle is so much more widespread than a crazy aunt, because of the above that I just said. Girls should be groping each other in the locker rooms, in the showers at the pool, licking pussy for hours, or rather, impregnating each other in the perfect world where they all have tails like many animes depict, and humanity has tailbones but no tails. Homosexuality is designed to be disgusting on purpose, shitty, filthy, because shame is a core element of masculinity and males, whereas lesbians are cute because girls are cute, and there's no feces involved, there's no need for roughness and dominance necessarily, as girls can be as gentle as they wish to with each other. If they want to play games about who's tougher, it stays that way. But for men, it's all about honor, and who's the bitch, the beta, the pussy, the defeated, and the victor. Therefore, homosexuality is designed to be toxic, and a failure by this simulation, it leads to disease, both physical and mental, and is condemned by religion to maximize the humiliation ritual, since most homosexuals are born into highly religious families. The same as lesbians. I saw this in school during my history class where we had debates and I made girls cry, lesbians whom I didn't really hate, but I was so objective and they were in their feelings. Most lesbians, unfortunately, in this world are unattractive, as otherwise they'd leap at the chance for Prince Charming to pad their pockets and place them in the lap of luxury for the rest of life. Even my wife, I think, is a lesbian, she told me as such. That she used to like girls and now she does not, apparently. And I send her lots of money all the time. It's basically the only reason she talks to me. And I fuck her very good with my dick. I'm a wicked genius at it. My stamina is limitless. I was her Superman. I literally watched Superman with her and imagined being Spider-Man when I was fucking her. And it wasn't enough for her, apparently. Even if I fucked her comatose again and again, no matter how good my penis was for her, it wasn't the truth. When I want sex real badly with a sexy girl, the world lags to provide, the energy burns inside, and this might cause a man to question his sexuality if he's surrounded by men all the time, but I realized it's all trolling. The design of this simulation being separated by an ocean from my wife, most of the women I see are Chinese grannies and ugly old whites, and then there are shirtless boys riding bikes, and if I was attracted to these boys, it would provide some relief, but instead it's meant to cause grief. This sim adapts and gives what you hate. I hate Somalis, and I see them all the time. When I hate Chinese, I see them like bees. When I want to punch a grandma in the face, one walks in front of my car when the only thing I want is fresh young pussy. I see an old hairy construction worker covered in dirt, a toothless Mexican leaning on a shovel. I used to run into the girls' bathroom at school and not get caught. The locker room mission was a lot more risky. Only one midget boy who called himself Freed as a fake name not to get caught sneaked into the girls' changing room. Surrounded by boys all my life, I know their grief, their flaws, how detestable it is to be around them, or plain boring, like background NPC characters. Most are just action figures playing roles, trying to be Captain America or some idiot hero they saw in a movie. Some Chinese retard at the factory spat out some movie line when asked about the job, and that's when I knew. So this is what it means to play the role of a man. In Black Lightning, when the rich are given the option of either receiving women or men as concubines, it felt like an insult. All those men should have been shot dead on the spot, mowed under a moving red lawnmower like those used on the school grounds. There were plenty of faggots and freaks at school and at my job, weirdos, nut jobs, but they weren't my thing. If I was a degenerate like them, surely this degenerate world would be a lot easier to endure. But surely I kept true to my soul, chased after the pussy, and learned that the whole thing was a troll. I don't have to become a policeman, engineer, businessman, architect, electrician, doctor, etc. just to get pussy from a 6 out of 10 woman who's really a troll wearing a female body and scripted to perform behaviors that cause emotional damage. I just need to be me, which means not a man at all, to receive the best pussy that this world failed to provide to me. Fucking a little girl in a shower or somewhere hidden because of shame rather than in the grass, in the open, in nature like a wild beast, free and untamed, would be disrespectful to my soul, that hates being shamed for who I am, and to be imprisoned or punished for pursuing what's most true to me as what I love would be pain unworthy of existing within. A lesbian paradise is the only world that I can enjoy, truly, purified, sexy, strong, healthy, filled with young lesbian beauties having sex and being pregnant all the time, divine, golden sunlight seeping over branches in the trees, as lesbians remain free to be who they are without judgment, punishment, and pain from a world that only knows shame and control. I got the urge to pat a grown woman on the head and call her a good girl. Does that make me not normal? I do not care anymore. I do not even act upon most of my urges, as this world doesn't give me reason to risk being the real me. I live a half-life, or less. And that's why they classified me as depressed. But I'm not. I'm so happy now that I can live for all eternity with all the pregnant beauties I wish to have sex with eternally. The urge to resist the idea of a goddess is the rejection of matriarchy that the simulation imposed on me. All this trauma has warped me, yet I fight it all with loyalty to what I know is true to me, and I will succeed. I will breed and birth this world that already exists of goddesses and queens and princesses and lesbians reigning supreme. Goddess Bead.